it relates to obesity.
Did you do that as we were biting into donuts?
And then, so I'll give like a brief explanation of it and then kind of quiz you guys over with the games.
Oh boy.
So what is leptin? Leptin is a peptide hormone released by fat cells. There's like some keywords there. These cells secrete leptin, which is released into the blood. But the main function of leptin is to repress hunger, so it makes sense that it increases the metabolism. So basically like fat breakdown by inducing beta oxidation. So how does it work? So there's like a diagram here about like the two regulatory mechanisms of it. First, leptin inhibits fat synthesis, mainly triglyceride synthesis, meaning after eating a lot, fat can be turned back into fat. However, excess sugar, glucose, can be turned into fatty acids and then stored as triglycerides in adipose tissue. Leptin can also stimulate fat degradation through beta oxidation, like seen here. Both of these pathways help decrease triglycerides in adipose tissue, which is one form of the body's regulation. As the more fat you have, the greater risk of obesity and further health consequences such as like cardiovascular disease or cancers. But it is important because when adipocytes have more fat, it releases more leptin, which produces more energy. And then I gave kind of like a, I don't know, like a slimmer guy and then a chubbier guy. So how does it work? The chubbier guy has more fat cells, of course, so elevated leptin. And the slimmer guy has less fat cells, so a larger individual with larger fat cell volume, meaning more fat stores, is going to release a larger amount of leptin. So leptin travels through the arcuate nucleus, signaling a lot of leptin, and it tells your body you do not need to be eating. So theoretically, if you have a lot of leptin, you will not be hungry due to the presence of leptin. Now, a smaller individual, so smaller fat cells, meaning less fat stores, are going to release a small amount of leptin. So leptin travels to the arcuate nucleus signaling it does not have much leptin, so it tells your body you need to eat. So theoretically, if you have little leptin or absence of leptin, you will be hungry. And then, so kind of more bio stuff. The sympathetic nerve releases norepinephrine that releases the beta-3 adrenergic beta receptor, which leads to increase in the cyclic AMP, which then activates the protein kinase A, initiating a phosphorylation cascade leading to increased expression of the UCP gene, which is the uncoupling protein. And so triglycerides will be hydrolyzed in adipocytes, which releases fatty acids, which then will be taken up to the mitochondria where beta oxidation occurs. And this gets rid of fatty acids, allowing adipocytes to essentially shrink and break down. However, as energy released is actually dissipated as heat because the proton gradient becomes uncoupled by the UPC. The UPC provides an efficient way to rapidly burn fatty acids. So
Is this extroverted?
So like the card, it's kind of like bingo, kind of like battleship in a way. So the columns on the left, they're like the levels of difficulty, not really, but kind of the numbers. And then ABC is just because it's multiple choice. So for level 2, you would answer, like you would just have to state it into the box of which one you think it is on the level 2 row. So it's
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, there's 1, 1, 2, 2.
On our cards.
On the paper.
Yeah. So
This is level 2.
I skipped level 1 though because timing.
So we're going to have 2 level 2s, 2 level 3s, 2 level 4s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for level 2, the first row, where does beta oxidation occur? Either the cytoplasm, mitochondria, cytosol, or nucleus. And then cytoplasm is A, of course. B, C, D. 9. And then by the end of it, it should spell out a letter if you got it right. Whoever gets the letter right first is the winner.
Even though we skipped level 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still works.
Context
We
clues.
should. So I don't know why I did that, but it's,
Can you read
You
it?
will not be hungry.
yeah. You will not be hungry.
What does it say?
So theoretically it says, you will not be hungry if A, you packed your lunch, B, you forgot to eat, C, leptin is absent, D, leptin is present.
An eraser? She's like, no, bingo doesn't allow erasers. Level 3.
And then level 3, when a smaller individual has a small amount of leptin or leptin is present, this means A, no risk for obesity, B, you will not be hungry, C, you will be hungry, or D, neither. These questions aren't as difficult as medicine. Question 4 is leptin stimulates fat degradation by A, UCPG, B, eating, C, beta oxidation, or C, cyclic AMP.
I don't think I'm spelling a word.
It's not like Wordle, huh?
No.
Level 4, UCP provides an efficient way to burn A, genes, B, fatty acids, C, ATP, D,
Imagine burning
Wouldn't smell very good, huh?
And then the last one, true or false? Fat cells do not divide, but rather grow in size. A, neither. B, not enough information. C, false. D, true.
I'm committed to B.
So basically, this answer key one is to be.
Purr, purr. Purr! That's a fat one hundo.
So yeah, it's kind of off, but it should be next. Kind of, maybe.
What?
If you got it
Oh,
right.
that kind of a letter.
I see.
Spell something.
The spell is a letter, yeah. If you got them all right.
Do you know next?
Basically.
No, no.